to this class in American history. And today you're an 8th grader, whether you like it or not. You're duly ordained because you're so smart. Okay? And some of us are past that age, but this is good information for the world. Because we're going to understand today more about the Declaration of Independence. This is a grade level 8 according to the Texas educational system. And I'm your presenter, Lowell Mitchum. So, Declaration of Independence looks like this, if you took a picture of it. And of course you can't read that very easily, so we'll be making it bigger for you. So the object of this lesson is to explain the significance of the following dates: 1776, which was the adoption of the Declaration of Independence. Okay, question for thinking. What is the significance of the American founding document known as the Declaration of Independence? Now I'm going to ask you guys to do me a favor. Mr. Hall, come up here and sit there. Truman will come up here and sit behind Mr. Hall. Make sort of a triangle with the chairs for a minute. Okay? Turn around a little bit so you all can talk to each other. And here's the questions I want you to think about and share with each other. But Mr. Hall, you can't say much. I want your son to do this, okay? What is the Declaration of Independence? When was it written? Why was it written? And who wrote it? Okay, go ahead and discuss for 2 minutes.
You first.
The Declaration of Independence, I'm pretty sure it was like when America, they like wanted to be their own country, so they're like writing it to the stuff why they should be their own country. And it was written, I have no idea.
And if you don't know, that's fine. I just want to see what
I
why.
think they answered why it was written instead of what it is.
Well, that's the next question.
Who wrote that?
Thomas Jefferson.
At least you know about Thomas Jefferson.
He was an architect and he designed his own house called like Monte something.
Monticello.
Yeah. And
Okay, this is very good. And actually, I'm impressed. You know a lot about the Declaration of Independence. Do you know if I asked 10 people on the street, you probably know more than 90% of them. Isn't that nice? Okay. And even this is a wide-known fact, but still a lot of people don't even know about the founding of their country. So what we did is what's called think, pair, and share. Okay? Can you share with me what's one thing you know about the Declaration of Independence?
it was written on a paper.
Very good. Thank you. Anything else? One more thing?
It was written by Thomas Jefferson.
There you go. Excellent. Okay, so who wrote the Declaration? The document, as you said. Although we know Thomas Jefferson as the true author, initially the Second Continental Congress appointed 5 people to draw up the Declaration. The committee included Benjamin Franklin, John Adams, Roger Sherman, Robert Livingston, and Thomas Jefferson. But Thomas Jefferson pretty much did everything. They respected him so much that they knew he was a good writer, they knew he had a good brain.
He wasn't really good of a speaker, he said.
That's true. You do know a lot. What was wrong with his speech?
Sure.
He spoke with a lisp and a stutter. So he was very reluctant to speak in public. But when he wrote something, people listened. So there's actually 4 parts to the Declaration of Independence. The first part says that people who separate from other people should tell why they must do so. That's being polite, isn't it? Just don't run away. Explain why you're leaving. Isn't that nice? Okay. So, you want to do me a favor? This is the Declaration of Independence. Can you read this for me?
All right.
Take your time.
You can stand up if you want to. Near here.
When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which are connected the separate and equal station, to which the laws of nature and nature's God entitle. A decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation.
Okay, so step down here, and there's one more you're going to have to read, but this time I want you to pretend like this place is just full of people, and you go a little slower and say it as this. Everyone wants to hear every word, okay? Are you ready? Okay. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. There'll be another chance. It's the next one. I'm sorry about that. Okay, but you're ready. You know what I do next time, okay? The second part is important ideas in American government, the kind of government they wanted to create. It says that all men are created equal. So what does that left picture show us?
Basically, someone's like telling us what to do and like forcing them to like obey what they do.
Exactly. It's sort of like master-slave relationship.
Yeah.
But what about the right side? What does that say?
They're agreeing with each other.
And so they're equal treatment. They have to work out things together equally. Okay. Also, all men have rights that cannot be taken away by another person. What do you think that means?
Like, I don't know how to really explain it.
Can you think of a right that we have in America?
Freedom.
Freedom. Okay. Can the government take away your freedom?
Sort of, yeah.
Not without just cause.
Yeah.
They should leave you alone unless you did something, you broke the law or something, right? Okay. Among these rights are life, liberty, that's freedom, and the pursuit of happiness. Should the government take your life? No. Unless you took somebody's life.
Yeah.
You know, unless by law.
When they like have a life sentence, unless you kill like a lot of people.
A lot of places don't, I mean, a lot of people don't like the idea of even the government taking a life. And so a lot of places, they ban capital punishment. And they say, the worst we can give you is life in prison. So government gets its power from the consent of the governed. Consent, that's a tough word. Can you think of a synonym for consent? If I consented to do something, what does that mean? Let me give you an example. If I consented to go to the ice cream store and eat some ice cream, what do I decide to do?
Decide to eat the ice cream.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I decided. Okay, so consent means the voluntary cooperation of the government. So our government, they want to make a government where the people decide how the government should be run, not some big hotshot on top telling everybody else to do. They're supposed to work for the people, not the people working for them. Okay? So government should protect the safety and happiness for everyone. Isn't that fair? We shouldn't just protect a few people, right? And then everybody else, well, no, we don't care about that. That's wrong, right? So they really thought about some beautiful ideas. If a government disregards the rights of the people for a long time and will not change, the people have a duty to form a new government, they said. Wow, that's revolutionary. How come we didn't change our government in America since the beginning?
They didn't write the Declaration of Independence yet.
Well, they have a long time ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't even write the Constitution yet. But once we formed a government, how come we didn't change it? Has it been okay relative?
Yeah.
Nobody's really been, in fact, we made some improvements since then, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it hasn't been that bad so far. But when it does get bad, according to the Declaration of Independence, we have a right to change it, right? It's our duty. Okay, now we're going to talk about the second part, which is called the preamble to the Declaration of Independence. All right, are you ready? Now I need your help again.
Go. I will record this too.
Okay, read slowly.
Okay. Wait. 1 minute. Go, Arthur.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government.
That was very good. I appreciate it. Wait a second, there's one more page. We're not quite done. Go ahead.
Laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence, indeed, would dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes. And accordingly, all experience hath shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer, while evils are sufferable.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll finish it, okay? Then to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing inevitably the same object, evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, that means dictatorship, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and provide new guards for their future safety. So the preamble, like the rest of the Declaration, the preamble is brief, free of extra words or verbiage, a model of clear, concise, simple statement. It summarizes in 5 sentences, 202 words, what it took John Locke thousands of words to explain in his book, The Second Treatise of Government. Each word is chosen and placed to achieve maximum impact. That's good. We don't have to waste our time reading thousands and thousands of pages to get the idea, right? Each clause is important to the progression of thought. Each sentence is carefully constructed, internally, and in relation to what proceeds and follows. In this sense, it's a literary masterpiece, just like great literature, you know? Wow, I wish I had written that. Later you'll find out even more reasons why you wish you'd written that. The third part of the Declaration of Independence is the longest. And you know what? I'm not going to read that for you today, because I might fall asleep. It lists the many bad things that King George III has done to the American people. And this is what it talks about. What wrong did King George do to us? He did not pass laws that helped the colonists. He forced people to quarter soldiers in their house, which means if soldiers were marching here and it became nighttime and they need a place to stay, they're going to stay in your house whether you like it or not. And you're going to feed them too. You like that? Wow. And anytime, anywhere, they could do that. That, they said, was injustice. Then the taxation without representation. Nobody likes taxes anyway, right? But at least here in America now, we can throw out the politicians made those taxes and we don't like them, right? But we couldn't do it. Britain gave us a tax and we had nothing to say about it.
Wait, isn't taxes back then, they just go and collect a certain amount of money? Right now taxes are based off like what you buy, different types of taxes.
I think what you're saying is we have a relatively fair system. People knows how it works, right? But that one wasn't fair at all. You just give me your money and shut your mouth. They didn't like that. Next, he did not allow jury trials for any issue that dealt with the British government. A British judge is telling you, and he has his own British interest in giving his decision. He doesn't care about your rights. He cares about what's good for Britain, right? So that wasn't fair according to even English tradition, which is jury by your peers. Your same fellow men, not somebody from a foreign country. Finally, he said he will not protect the colonists in face of danger. So he would not promise that if there was an Indian invasion or if France invaded America, he promised that he would do absolutely nothing. And so how could people feel comfortable with that kind of government? So these are the main things that George did when he said, we've had enough of him.